Seasonal allergies, frustrating, aren't they? But did you know that there are functional medicine approaches that can help with this and to just give you some relief? And we're going to talk about 3 of those natural ways to improve seasonal allergies today. So when somebody's struggling with seasonal allergies, they're usually having symptoms such as runny eyes, runny nose, sneezing, itching. It can even be contributing to sleep issues, anxiety, and more. And the causes and reasons vary. So of course, environmental, which is why you might realize it gets worse certain times of the years versus others. And something interesting about that is that if you're having a seasonal allergy to ragweed, this is growing quicker, flowering sooner, and there's a sort of greenhouse effect causing this to happen. So if you hear more and more people getting bothered by seasonal allergies, this could be one of the reasons. Also, food can contribute. And this is one of the things we're going to talk about today because it's like the boiling pot effect. If you have too much histamines in your body, boils over, you're going to start to get symptoms. So then we have to ask, all right, we're getting all these seasonal allergies from the environment. So how can we modify our food and modify our lifestyle to help decrease our histamine levels so that you don't have that boiling pot effect where you start to get the symptoms? And the 3 things that we're going to talk about today are mostly nutrition related, and I just can't wait to share it with you. So if you know of anybody struggling, please forward this video. I'm Ashley Oswald. I'm a functional medicine dietitian and the founder of Oswald Digestive Clinic, where we help people improve and eliminate bothersome gut issues like gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, and more. And if you're somebody you know wants to be a client at our clinic, you can get started by just scheduling a free call below. So let's dive right in and start with that number 1 way to decrease symptoms from seasonal allergies. So the number 1 way is to increase your intake of foods that help to neutralize histamines. So stinging nettle tea is one of these foods, and this is what I've seen circulating more on the internet, which is really awesome. And I actually have a box in my house too for if and when we need it. So it's really super easy. It's easy to travel with, stinging nettle tea. And then foods like turmeric and garlic and ginger and capers, pea sprouts, rice bran can all help to neutralize histamines. And again, histamines is what you want to decrease in the body from the food because you're going to be getting it from the environment from seasonal allergies to prevent you from having symptoms, from preventing you from having too much histamine causing symptoms. The goal isn't to totally get rid of histamines, but we just need to decrease it enough so that you're not getting negative symptoms from it. Also, high quercetin foods can help with this. And this includes things like apples and onions, blueberries, parsley, and olive oil. Number 2 would be to decrease high histamine foods. So number 1, increase foods that neutralize histamines. Number 2, decrease high histamine foods. So high histamine foods are things that actually are encouraged for gut health, like fermented foods or fermented vegetables. So this is something that it goes to show, personalized nutrition. So for one person, those fermented foods are going to be great because it's going to probably help to balance their gut bacteria in a positive way for them. But somebody struggling with seasonal allergies should actually remove them from their eating to decrease their histamine burden. And so as you might have guessed, food that's sitting along for longer, like fermented foods, you're fermenting it over the course of many days or several weeks, so a long period of time, and that's where higher histamine comes in. So the first thing you could do is to eat food as fresh as possible. If you can buy it from the farmer's market, ultimately just eat it as fresh as possible. If you're batch cooking, freeze it right away. Don't let it sit in the fridge. And this should be an easy first step that you can do prior to starting to cut out foods. And then also I want to note that some days you might find that you tolerate a food and don't get like the extreme itching. Other days you don't. And this is because there's a lot of variables. As mentioned, the environmental variables are going to change as far as how much you're getting exposed to from the environment. Stressors, emotional stress, physical stress can all play into this. And hormone changes, exercise, and sleep can even all play into this. So there's a lot of moving parts here, which is why you might tolerate a high histamine food one day and not the next day. But ultimately, if you can eat food as fresh as possible, and then just decrease in general your amount of high histamine foods, like those fermented foods, the aged foods, citrus foods, nuts like sausages, sauerkraut, as mentioned, that's like the fermented veggies, spinach and canned fish and chocolate and bacon, sausage, pepperoni, all of that is going to be considered high histamine, so decrease your intake. Number 3 is that you can use supplements to help with your body's ability to break down histamines. Now, this is not medical advice. If you want personalized advice, you should become a client at our clinic, but I'm just going to give you some examples of supplements that can help to do this. And the first one is DAO, and this is actually an enzyme that we have all in our guts, some people more than other people. And so if you're low in DAO, this enzyme, then supplementing with it at meals could significantly help you, as in significantly decrease the symptoms you experience. Next one is the B vitamins can help to break down histamines. Vitamin C can help. Quercetin, as mentioned at the beginning, we talked about quercetin foods like the onions and the apples, garlic, and digestive enzymes. And there's actually my favorite combination supplement is one called D-His from Ortho Molecular. Again, this is not medical advice. I will link it below if you want to check with your main healthcare provider. All right, let's now, since we talked about those 3 things that you can do, I really want to talk about this gut season allergy connection and something to be super mindful about probiotics, because your probiotic supplement could be making your seasonal allergies worse as well. And that's because some strain of bacteria have been shown to help with the breakdown of histamines and others not as much. So the ones that are shown to increase histamine, so avoid these, would be L. cassia, L. bulgarius, and then those that have been found to decrease histamines include L. rhamnosus, B. infantis, and L. plantarum. Further, other dysbiosis could be contributing to histamine intolerance and high histamine burden. So this includes things like SIBO, candida overgrowth, mold, parasites. One clinician that I had gone to a conference and listened to estimated that 70% of her clients that were struggling with histamine issues, like seasonal allergy issues, they improved after SIBO treatment. So the histamine intolerance was related to their SIBO. And then also, genetics can play into this as well. So there's actually a genetic SNP that can decrease DAO activity. And that's, rewind to the supplement part, that first supplement I mentioned where, for some people it works great, for other people not at all. And this could be one reason for why it could work so well for some people and not the other people. So thank you so much for watching. I do have a free guide if you're interested in learning more about gut health. It's called 5 Ways to Improve Gut Health and End Food Intolerances for Good. And so if you are on your gut health journey and want to learn more about these categories of functional medicine that you should consider when healing your gut, download that at the link below. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell next to the subscribe button to be notified of our new videos every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central Time. Thank you all, and I hope you're having a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next week, Tuesday at 3 p.m.